What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay. I guess we're gonna see, I'm assuming this is a group, making their debut on the channel tonight. And I hope I pronounced this name right. We have Marchosias Vamp. Yes, indeed. How about that? Marchosias Vamp making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi bop, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from John Tapmeyer, and John wanted to see me react to this song by Marchosias Vamp called Under Ceasar's Eyelash. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by LedMac50, okay? And the video has 42,210 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. I hope I pronounced this name right. Marchosias Vamp. I'm guessing that says Under Ceasar's Eyelash. I'm assuming. Guess we'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Gloves. Where do I start? It's like I'm watching four different members from four different bands with four different styles of image coming together and doing this. No, from an image standpoint, no conduciveness. None. It seriously looks like they're 4 different guys from 4 different bands, all with different styles. Yikes. That's number 1. Number 2, you can just smell the Aquanet in the air right now. Dear Lord. Glam rock at its finest. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Musically, it's not bad. Trust me, I've heard far worse. It's working, okay? It is conducive to itself. The music, the instrumentation, it's conducive to the style of song. Chordally, it's flowing well. There's nothing happening musically that is displeasing to the ear. Now, I'm also going to say it's not blowing my skirt up. It's not knocking my boots off. It's not blowing my mind in any way, shape, or form. It's a very, very simple song. But, I mean, they're not doing anything bad. So I'm not going to sit here and slam their music and go, this is garbage, because it's not. I mean, it plain and simple, it's not. It may not be up my alley. It may not be to my tastes, but I could see the appeal. I could see the demographic. You know, I get the feeling this is 80s, you know, and at that time, this is what was popular, you know, so I get it. I may not necessarily enjoy it. I may not necessarily like it, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it's trash just because I don't necessarily like it. It's good. It's good. It sounds good. So let's keep going here. Trying to be Gene, it's not gonna work. I'm sorry. Dude, you're not Gene Simmons, man. I'm sorry. You're not Gene. Look, if you're gonna stick your tongue out, commit to it. You know, don't sit there and just stick it out halfway. Either stick it all the way out and hook it, or don't do it. You know, just, come on, man. The outfit. I don't. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm having more of a laugh with this than I. I'm finding more comedic value in this than I am, you know, from a musicianship standpoint. But look, here's the thing, and I know. Look, I don't know these guys. I don't know anything about them. I don't know how serious they are about this. This may be a running joke within the band, is to make each other look as different as possible from each other. And not saying it's a joke band, but to go out there and be comedic about it, you know? Kind of like Steel Panther is. I mean, let's be honest. Steel Panther, I'm not saying they're a joke. They are all accomplished musicians, and they play their music, they play their instruments extremely well. You know, they do. And I give them all the credit in the world for it, but let's be honest, their shtick is, you know, their gimmick is to go out there and make people laugh. You know, that's one of their big selling points. Maybe these guys are the same way. Again, musically, musicianship-wise, I'm not hearing anything displeasing. I'm not hearing anything that sticks out like a sore thumb. Everything's working together. Everything they're playing makes sense. But I get the feeling part of their shtick is make people laugh. It could be. And if that's the case, more power to them. You know, look, we need more laughter in this world. Good Lord, we do. So if they're trying to make people laugh, if that's their thing, good on them. Good on them. I just hope they don't take themselves too seriously if that's the case, you know? Anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Oh my God, Kanye has stars on his cheek. Oh my God. I just have to chuckle. Oh man. Okay. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. Hope I pronounced the name right. That was Marchosias Vamp with Under Ceasar's Eyelash. This was a request from John Tapmeyer. Okay. I thought about it. I took everything into account here, and believe it or not, I got a score here that even surprises me a little bit. On a scale of 1 to 10, believe it or not, I'm going to give that a 7.4. Yep, 7.4. Believe it or not, I feel really good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Believe me when I say this, nobody is more shocked by that score than me. I was thinking, you know, and I'm watching this, and I'm watching it, and in my head, I'm starting to put scores together, and I was thinking we were going to be in the 6s. I really did. The more I watched it, and the more I listened to it, and the thing is, the more I thought about it at the end, it kept coming up. And I'm sitting there going, I don't believe this. I don't believe this is going up into the 7s. And by the time I was done, 7.4 is where I landed on. Trust me, nobody's more shocked by that than me. But here's the thing, and I'm taking this score with a couple of leaps of faith here, because I'm making some assumptions. And I'm basing my score on a couple of those assumptions as well. So hear me out and see where I'm going with this, and let me know in the comments just how accurate my assumptions are. First of all, I want to start with the things I know for a fact, okay? The song itself. Very simple song, if I'm being honest with you, okay? And in all honesty, nothing I would ever say was mind-blowing or impressive or anything of the sort. But it was solid. It was a really well done song. Nothing stuck out like a sore thumb. Nothing sounded bad. Nothing sounded horrible. Everything made sense from a chordal flow standpoint, from a melodic line standpoint, from a theory standpoint, everything lined up. So I may not be the biggest fan of it. I may not even like the song, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you folks, I wasn't a big fan of the song in general. But there's no denying that it was a really good song. The image, the look, the, for lack of a better word, gimmick. I'm going to take a leap of faith here. And I'm going to make the assumption that they do take themselves seriously as musicians, but I also think they're kind of taking a Steel Panther approach, and they're also, their shtick is they're going for laughs as well. They don't take themselves too seriously from a appearance standpoint, from a stage presence standpoint. They're trying to get a laugh. And if that is the case, and like I said, I'm basing some of the score on some of these assumptions, they did an outstanding job of it. I mean, look, their outfits, ridiculous. There is absolutely no conduciveness. It looks like 4 guys from 4 different bands coming together to do this. Kind of like the Village People. There was no conduciveness. You know, you have a police officer with a construction worker, with a biker dude, with, you know, a fireman, with an Indian chief. I mean, you're seeing all these things, and none of it adds up. Same thing here. I'm sitting here looking at their outfits going, this is an absolute mishmash. and the thing is, did it get a laugh? You better believe it did. Their antics on stage, again, got a laugh. I mean, it did. And like I said, now maybe they're not trying to. Maybe they're trying to be serious about this. If that's the case, they might want to re-look at their strategy. But if they're going for laughs with what their antics are, then hey, it worked. It absolutely worked. Man, that lead singer, if he's not trying to be Paul Stanley, I don't know who is. I mean, the outfit alone, matching an outfit that matches the guitar for starters. I thought that was hysterical. You know, the stars under the eye, clearly a nod to Paul Stanley, the Star Child. I mean, I'm sorry, wearing the same type of outfit that Paul Stanley would have worn between the albums of Animalize and, you know, Hot in the Shade. You know, anything between those albums, you look at what Paul Stanley was wearing on stage or in the music videos, and you'll clearly see the influence there. The bass player. Playing with gloves. Listen, I gotta tip the cap to him on that. I have tried playing with gloves. It does not work. It really does not work for me. My hands and my fingers would keep slipping off the strings, and I ended up tearing the fabric on the gloves basically off the fingertips. That's just how it went because the strings wore it down. Gotta give him credit for playing with gloves on, man. That is not easy to do, so I gotta give him credit for that. But, you know, his antics on stage, look, dude, if you're gonna stick your tongue out, stick it out. Don't sit there and half-hearted, dude. You know, just don't just put out the tip. Look, if you're gonna stick your tongue out, stick it all the way out and hook it. You know, if you're gonna be Gene, be Gene. Otherwise, don't do it. The lead guitar player, I assume is the lead guitar player, over on stage left. Man, the names of the bands escape me, but you've seen those guitar players wearing the hats all the way down. The tall, thin, lanky dudes, you know, always having the cap kind of tipped down, the hat kind of tipped down, looking at the strings. You know the type. You've seen the bands. You know who I'm talking about. Don't ask me to name the bands. I can't because I don't know who the bands are. You know, the drummer, kind of a non-factor when it came to the image. I mean, I don't know what he was he wearing suspenders? Okay, cool. Anyway, now look, I have a feeling, like I said, now I'm making some assumptions here, and a lot of my score is based on those assumptions, that they are going for laughs when it comes to their image. They take themselves very seriously with their playing and their songwriting maybe, but not so much with their image. They're going for a couple of giggles and a couple of laughs. If that is what they're trying to do, gotta tip the cap to them because they nailed it. So I'm basing the score on that model, like a Steel Panther model. And I gotta say, they did a good job. They did. If that was what they're going for, they did a really good job of it. And that is why I'm giving them the really good score of 7.4. I know it's not great. I know it's not amazing, but you know, it's still, at the end of the day, a really good score. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going to stay. So 7.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make a difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.